12 best places to visit in Japan. Japan is somewhere I think everyone should visit. From futuristic skyscrapers to tranquil bamboo forests and neon arcades to serene temples, it's like nowhere else on the planet. The food is incredible, the people are ultra polite, and it has one of the most efficient public transport systems in the world. We love the combination of ease of travel and glorious bewilderment. Japan has so much to offer, but where should you start? These are our picks for the absolute best places to visit in Japan, perfect for your first or second trip to the country, plus suggestions for the repeat visits that are likely to happen. Here are 10 places that you can go to while in Japan. 1. Kyoto. If you only have time for one Japan destination, make it Kyoto. This is traditional Japan as you imagined it, geisha in brightly colored kimonos emerging from wooden tea houses, forests of bamboo, temples and shrines in gold and silver and scarlet, wreathed gravels and gardens, intricate feasts served on lacquered plates, graceful tea ceremonies, and markets full of intriguing but unidentifiable ingredients. The concrete high-rises of downtown Kyoto can be disappointing, so head out towards the mountains to the surrounding neighborhoods where you'll find narrow stone streets, old wooden houses, monks in flowing robes, and the sounds of chanting and gongs from the many temples and shrines. 2. Tokyo. Tokyo is also home to some of the weirdest activities we've ever done. From theme cafes, cats, owls, maids, robots, goats, you name it, Tokyo has it, too. Sensory overload shows and arcades to cosplay go-karting. On my first trip to Tokyo I was overwhelmed by the sprawling city and couldn't help comparing it unfavorably to Kyoto. On repeat visits I've grown to love the city. The food certainly helped, and while it isn't as attractive as Kyoto, there is so much to do that you won't want to skip it. 3. Takayama. Takayama is an utterly gorgeous small town on the edge of the Japan Alps and one of the best less visited places to go in Japan. I loved wandering the historic center full of traditional wooden houses, colorful shrines, neatly shaped trees, and bright tread bridges over the river. How long to spend? 2-3 nights. We had 2 nights and wished we'd had longer, because there's lots to do in the surrounding countryside. With a longer stay, you could take day trips to the traditional thatched roof houses of Shirakawa, go hiking in Kamakuchi and the Japan Alps. 4. Hakone. Mount Fuji is on most people's lists of places to visit in Japan, but this must-see Japan landmark can be rather elusive and is often hidden by clouds. There are a number of places you can see the mountain from. Kawaguchiko is another great option, see below, but Hakone is easy to reach from Tokyo and there are lots of other things to do in the area in case you're out of luck with the sighting. Despite visiting on a cloudy, drizzly day, we were lucky that Mount Fuji emerged from the clouds above Lake Ashi and it was magical. 5. Kanazawa. Kanazawa is one of the best cities to visit in Japan, but few foreign tourists make it here. As Kyoto grows in popularity, consider turning to Kanazawa instead for a quieter place to experience geisha districts with preserved wooden buildings. There is also one of the most beautiful gardens in the country, a stunning castle, and many art museums to explore. 6. Nikko. Nikko is a temple town and UNESCO World Heritage Site in the mountains a few hours north of Tokyo and makes a cool retreat from the city. The area is famous for its vibrant autumn colors. The temples and shrines with their vermilion gates and moss-covered stone lanterns are scattered on the wooded hillside. The main attraction is Tashaga Shrine, a stunning complex with more than a dozen lavishly decorated red and gold buildings amongst huge, ancient cedar trees. The crowds can be overwhelming, so afterwards head to one of the quieter shrines. 7. Koyasan. Koyasan, Mount Koya, is one of the most interesting places in Japan to experience the traditional side of the country. This secluded and sacred temple town is located in the forest-covered mountains of Kansai and is one of the best places to get a taste of life as a monk by staying in a Shukubo, or temple lodging. After wandering around the otherworldly Okunoin Forest Cemetery, we checked into our simple tatami room at the temple, soaked in the communal onsen bath, and enjoyed a delicious Shojin Mayori vegetarian Buddhist meal. In the morning, we were up early for the chanting and meditation ceremony with the monks. 8. Tsumago. Tsumago is a picture-perfect traditional mountain village in the Iso Valley. It is one of the best preserved post towns in Japan, and you feel like you've stepped back in time on the traffic-less streets of beautifully restored wooden inns. During the Edo period 300 years ago, Tsumago was a stop on the Nekasendo Way between Kyoto and Eto, now Tokyo. You can hike part of this trail to the village of Megami in about 2 to 3 hours. Unfortunately, a typhoon prevented us doing this, but it's supposed to be a scenic and easy walk. 9. Nara. Nara was Japan's first permanent capital and is full of historic treasures, including many UNESCO World Heritage Sites. It's one of the top Japan attractions and makes a rewarding day trip from Kyoto to visit the temples and wild deer in Nara Park. The Daibutsu Den, Call of the Great Buddha, at Todaiji is the main site. It's the largest wooden building in the world, and nothing prepares you for the immense sight. Inside is the 15-meter-tall gold and bronze statue of Buddha that dates back to 751. 10. Hiroshima. Come to pay your respects to the victims of the atomic bombing at Hiroshima's Moving Peace Memorial Museum and Park and State to explore the modern city that was almost entirely rebuilt after World War II. Hiroshima is usually combined with a visit to the famous floating Dori Gate at its Tsukushima Shrine on nearby Majima Island. As of June 2019, the gate is under renovation for at least a year. You'll also want to try the delicious local specialty okonomiyaki, a thick pancake of batter, vegetables and noodles. 11. Osaka. Osaka is a Japan must-see for many visitors. We love the neon craziness of Dotonbori, the amazing food for vegetarians too, friendly people, affordable prices, and the scary rides and brilliant Harry Potter world at Universal Studios Japan. But if you have limited time on your first trip to Japan, I would probably say choose Osaka or Tokyo, as they are both sprawling modern cities. If you are flying into or out of Kansai Airport, then it makes sense to spend a night or two in Osaka. You could also visit as a day trip from Kyoto. 12. Kainosaki Onsen. On our first Japan trip we were terrified of getting naked in onsens, but on our latest visit we were brave enough to spend a few nights in an onsen town. Onsen hopping dressed in a kimono in a traditional hot spring resort is a classic Japanese experience. Kainosaki Onsen is a great place to experience It's only a few hours from Kyoto or Osaka, and the canal-side town is very pretty, especially in cherry blossom season. We stayed in a traditional tatami mat room at Morisuya Ryokan. It's ideal for first-timers as they speak English and are very friendly, walking you through everything you need to know. The epic meals served in your room are delicious.